Welcome back to North Dakota Hockey Central here at Ralph Engelstad Arena. Proud to be joined as always by the head coach of UND Hockey, Brad Berry. Brad, a big week for your team, coming off 2 big wins over Colorado College here in this building. You got to feel good about how your team played this weekend.
Yeah, coming out with 2 wins, obviously that gives us momentum for the rest of the season here, and especially going on the road into Omaha this weekend. But it was one where our guys played the right way and they played extremely hard and managed to get some goal production and found a way to win 2 games, which is huge.
2 kind of eerily similar games. I feel like we've said that a lot this year, where Friday and Saturday have looked very close. 2-0 leads in both contests. CC fights back in both, but you get the job done in overtime on each night.
Yeah, kind of eerily similar, and to the point where we found a way to get it done after giving up the lead. And I think on Saturday night what happened was we gave up. We took some penalties, and momentum got away from us a little bit. I thought we had a good start to the game, and then took a couple penalties and let them back into the game. But like I said, it's one of those things we got to learn from. Anytime that you get a 2-goal lead, you got to make sure that you keep your foot on the gas.
One of the similar things about both games as well was you had scoring kind of from all over, and new scores stepping up with Hayden Shaw, Andrew Pesky, Dixon Bowen all scoring their first of the season. You always talk about how that's important when a team is struggling to score, to get guys that don't typically find the back of the net to do so. It was a big boost for your team this weekend.
Yeah, absolutely, and it says a lot about those players that did score those goals, that they care, and we're a team that has to win by scoring by committee, and that's how we did this weekend, and it'll be no different in the future. So again, like I said, hopefully these guys have taken another step here, and we found some line combinations and deep pairs that'll give us a little bit of synergy on the offensive side of the game.
Yeah, part of that, figuring out the line combinations again this weekend, just not having any healthy bodies, and that was something that we thought maybe had resolved itself over the Christmas break. But again, hockey's a tough physical sport, and you saw that again this weekend. But again, credit to your guys for stepping up, despite the fact you were missing some key names.
Yeah, and again, that's why the second half of the year is so critical on how you manage your team on and off the ice, with the conditioning, but also in practice, trying to eliminate the risk of injury within practice so that you can play 2 games at a high level, and then once you get into those games, you really don't have any control because you're playing a physical, hard brand of hockey, and that's what we do. So proud of the guys, the way they responded with the guys in the lineup, and then the guys that are out of the lineup, they shouldn't be too far behind.
Yeah, one of the guys that was missing on Saturday night was not an injury, but a suspension. Gabe Bass getting knocked out for 1 game after a contact to the head penalty on Friday. 7 game misconducts for your team this year, which is a lot, but a good physical play that just went the wrong way for your side on Friday.
Yeah, you know what, and it's a brand of our game, but we're hard with discipline, and sometimes when you're undisciplined, and in that situation, it was a little bit reckless coming through the neutral zone, that we have to learn. We have to learn to make sure that we aren't reckless coming through the neutral zone, and because when you really look at it, that 5-minute major, they did score on the very first part of it. Could have scored another 1 or 2, and that would have sunk us for the game. But we got to learn from that we have to make sure that we play within the rules and play disciplined, hard, and make sure that we have a team first mentality.
Yeah, that was a turning point in the series because they get the goal on the power play on the 5-minute major for Bass on Friday night. 3-2, but you hung in there, didn't allow another goal in, and then Jordan Kawaguchi gets the game tying goal at the end of regulation, and then you win it, of course, in overtime on the tip with Ludwig Hoff. Just another example of how things can kind of go either way, but your team found the resolve to get the job done.
Yeah, for sure, and like I said, that 5-minute major wasn't the best time to take it, but our team picked Gabe up at that time, and killed the rest of it after giving up that 1 power play goal, and then finding a way to tie a game and win it in overtime. So again, that's a team that cares about each other and found a way to win off of a little bit of adversity. And again, we got to make sure that we learn from that.
Yeah, Ludwig the hero on Friday nights. Jordan Kawaguchi again scored the game-tying goal on Friday, gets the game winner on Saturday in overtime. Great for him. Again, his family's been going through a tough time with his grandfather dealing with cancer. You can see what that goal meant to him and for this team on Saturday.
Yeah, I can't say enough about Jordan. Obviously his transformation over the last 1.5 years here, and he just keeps getting better, each and every time he steps on the ice here at the Ralph. But again, you're right. The off ice, we always see Jordan Kawaguchi coming into the rink, but there's a lot of stuff that goes on behind the scenes, and he's tough dealing with some family issues with his grandfather's health, and he's handled it the right way. He's been a consummate professional day in and day out, and he just goes about his job.
Yeah, one of the other constants too this weekend was the play of Adam Scheel. Peter Tomei was out this weekend with injury. Adam was not feeling his best, was sick all night on Friday, but still stepped up. 42 saves over the course of the weekend, 22 on Saturday. Big time performance from your freshman goaltender.
Yeah, it says a lot about him. That's a big time situation coming in here in the Ralph, a packed house both nights, critical games on the line, and a young man shouldering the burden of the pressure, and he did a very good job. And especially under the circumstances of Saturday, him feeling a little under the weather and finding a way to get it, gutting it out and getting it done. And again, like I said, that goes a long way with our team.
Hopefully nobody shook his hands after the game after that one. I mean, give Sheeler a little space moving forward. Two important wins for your team now, right back into the mix. Of course, home ice looking for another Penrose opportunity. The way the league shook out this weekend, you're 1 point off of home ice now as you move into a road series against Omaha coming up. A great opportunity for your team just to keep things rolling down in Baxter Arena.
Yeah, 100%. And again, I think what we have to keep our minds around is just focusing on Friday night. We did a good job of doing that here at home against Colorado, and the season's winding away here, but we got to make sure that we just focus on the one game approach, and that's Friday night in Omaha.
Yeah, Omaha's a team that is coming off a sweep at the hands of Denver, again losing 2 close 1-goal games. You know that team's probably going to be a little fired up to get a chance to get back on the right track.
Well, they're back in their home rink again in Baxter Arena in Omaha, and anytime that you lose a couple games on the road, and we felt that coming back from Canisius, the urgency there. So we know what we're getting into, but we got to make sure that we control what we can control.
Yeah, one more note on this past weekend, Brad, before we let you go. 1959 National Championship team was here in the house, a 60th anniversary for that group. How special was that to see that group on the ice, to see that banner get raised?
Well, you know what, it was special in a lot of regards. Obviously, winning 2 games for them was great. Just that's the least that we can do for them. But we were very humbled and honored to have this group come in and tell stories of their time here at North Dakota and the first national championship. And you know what? I think they were excited too. You could see the gleam in their eye, and they wanted to spend a lot of time with our guys talking about the old stories and about North Dakota, and that's special. That's what brings culture. And again, like I said, it's great to have them back.
Yeah, a great event, a great moment for that team and for your current team to see that group come back and celebrate something really special for this program.
Absolutely.
Well, Brad Berry, thanks again as always for the time. Best of luck down in Omaha this weekend. Stick around, more North Dakota Hockey Central coming up right after this. Welcome back. If you're looking for a great example of how hard work and patience can pay off, look no further than freshman forward Jackson Keene. The first-year winger from Winnipeg was a healthy scratch in 9 of these first 11 games this season. But when opportunity arose in late November, Keene made the most of it, and he's not been out of the lineup since. He's our subject in this week's Meet the Freshman series.
My name's Jackson Keene. I'm from Winnipeg, Manitoba. I think if you ask anyone from Winnipeg, they'd say that it's the best city in the world. If you ask anybody else that's not from Winnipeg, they probably wouldn't say anything close to that. But I think a lot of people call it the biggest small town they know. I think everyone is very close. Everyone knows everyone. It's a great hockey market that I guess a lot of people are seeing now that at one point people didn't think that. But like I said, it's one of the best cities in Canada, and I'm very proud to be from there. Well, obviously, I think it's kind of in my blood. My dad played hockey, and it's kind of just something I grew up with my whole life, and it's kind of just the lifestyle and getting out and being a part of a team is something that's big for me. When I played in Sioux City, we got the chance to play in Sioux Falls in front of 11,000 people in their home opener. That was pretty cool. Penticton was a great spot too. They had close to a sellout every single night for a junior hockey team in Western Canada, which doesn't happen very often. And just here and there, things like the Junior A Challenge and the under-17s with Team Canada is something that I won't forget for sure. Well, I used to be a pretty good golfer. Probably should have kept doing that. I like to think that hockey is one of my strong suits, so that's good enough for me. I think in a team setting, I'm trying to keep things loose with the guys. I like to make jokes, but at the same time, I think I'm a pretty serious guy when it comes to hockey and comes to winning. And I like to stand up for my teammates. I like to be a good team locker room guy, and I think that's probably one of my biggest attributes. Okay, well, the companion, I'd probably take my buddy from back home, Jeremy Leipzig. He's one of my best friends. He's the funniest guy I've ever met. He'd probably just keep me entertained. One book, well, that'd probably be the last book I read was Theron Fleury's Playing with Fire. Very good book. I'd probably bring sunscreen. Make sure I don't burn. I'm a big Yankees fan. It's something that has been through my whole family for like 3 generations, I think, is just big Yankees fans. I think now I'm a Winnipeg Jets fan. I wasn't at the start, but my dad works for them now, so I think I kind of have to. But seeing them through the playoffs last year, I was lucky enough to get to go to all the playoff games and see the whiteout and see Winnipeg come together was pretty cool. Well, we're a very close family, I think. We moved around a lot growing up when my dad was playing. So obviously we're very close and we've been through a lot together. We're just a pretty normal family, I think. My dad for sure is the one that I look up to the most, I think. In a hockey perspective, he was undrafted, ended up playing 20 years of pro hockey and winning 3 Stanley Cups is something that I think about almost every day, I think, is how hard he worked and how good he is in the community with people and all that, and he definitely rubs off on me for sure with everything he does. My name's Jackson Keane. I'm from Winnipeg, Manitoba, and I play for the University of North Dakota.
Keene and North Dakota are back on the road this week, traveling south to Nebraska to take on Omaha. The Mavericks currently sit 7th in the NCHC standings and are 7 points behind North Dakota in the race for home ice. But in this young, intense rivalry, records don't mean much.
They're a very good offensive team, 5-on-5 off the rush in the offensive zone. Their power play has been outstanding over the last couple of years. So again, they are a threat as far as when they have the puck, and it's one of those things where we're going to have to take time and space away, and we're going to have to make sure that we, play our game.
We're going to be ready. We're going to be working hard this week and getting ready for a couple of road games here. So hopefully we can do exactly what we did this weekend.
UND and Omaha split the regular season series last year before Bradbury's club swept the Mavs in the NCHC quarterfinals, culminated by a Nick Jones overtime winner in Game 2 here at the Ralph. Both Friday and Saturday's games this weekend will start at 7 p.m. from Baxter Arena and will carry both live here on Midco Sports Network. We hope you join us again then and again next week for another edition of North Dakota Hockey Central. Until then, for our Midco SN and our UND crew, I'm Alex Seinert saying thanks for watching. Enjoy the hockey this weekend.